crosses, entrances and exits, sitting or standing, handling props, moving around the stage sounds like it should be a simple matter of doing what you were told to do during blocking rehearsals. But there is so much more than this going on. Or at least, there should be. You're listening to Acting for Community Theatre, a little show with big ideas, stories, acting tips, and a lot of heart for community theatre artists. I'm Barbra French. First, let's get started with things that fall under the move it or things you should be doing category. Number 1, follow your impulses in rehearsal. Now, I realize that all directors don't work the same way, but most of us want you to bring your blocking ideas to rehearsal. And good directors will always look for the actors' impulses to move and encourage their input and ideas. For me, that's a big part of the actor's job, especially in early to mid-rehearsals. If you feel an impulse to move, do it. If the movement in the moment feels right, try it. Make physical offers for your scene partner and for your director. Listen to your instincts, play the action, and move. Even if your director has already set the blocking, if you have a strong impulse to move during a rehearsal, why not ask them if you can try something? And then if they say yes, go for it. Number 2, take blocking notes. All actors should have their scripts and pencils in hand during rehearsals to take blocking notes. That's your job. Don't just depend on the stage manager. Get an easy notation system that you can work with and write it down. Number 3, know when stillness is best. Music is created by the silence between the notes. And with acting, sometimes, stillness works best to let the action of the play speak more clearly. Stillness can tell us your character doesn't know what to do, or is overwhelmed, or is silently fuming, or is super confident and standing back, waiting to see how their plan plays out. It can also give the audience a much-needed breather after an intense scene. So find the moments of stillness for your character in the play and see what happens. Number 4, support the action and the subtext. This is basic. Blocking should follow the action and the subtext of the scene. Is your character about to confront someone, seduce someone, dismiss someone? These actions generally should match the movements towards or away from that someone. What is your character thinking in the moment? That's subtext. If it's very different from what they're saying, use the subtext as your guide. Your blocking rehearsals will go much more smoothly if you follow the action or the subtext that you're playing. Number 5, supporting the character. Some characters are clearly written as introverts or extroverts, as having high or low status, as being confident or nervous. Your physicality should support this, but be careful not to go too far and rely too heavily on affectations to play your character. If your character has to limp or fidget, then use that. But always make sure you're playing the action above all else. Your character is a physical being, and she will have to be created in part by how she stands, moves, handles props, etc. Just be careful on how much you lean on physicalizing your character. Number 6, entrances and exits. Make very sure that you know where you just came from and what just happened before you enter. When you come on the stage, own it. Energize your entrance. Have somewhere to go, something to do, even if it's just stage business. Drop off your keys, take off your coat, kiss your husband, get a drink. Come in with a purpose. When exiting, have somewhere to go and something to do when you get there. And unless you're doing a long cross for a specific reason, get close to the exit before you deliver your line. Try to punctuate your exit just as you energized your entrance. grab your coat, slam the door, blow a kiss, give someone a look to kill, whatever is appropriate. Number 7, use props and stage business more effectively. Props are an actor's best friend. Best friend. Use them. Use your props to make a point, to highlight an action, to tell us what your character is really feeling, or even to create a metaphor. Use your props because they really are treasures for actors. Number 8, use tiny movements to make a moment. Don't underestimate the little details as the rehearsal process deepens. The long, silent look you give someone, the way you hesitate before taking that drink that you've been offered, the 3 times you change your mind before you exit. These are all moments that create a character and a play. Find them, use them, enjoy them. Next, under the lose it category, these are things that you really shouldn't be doing. You may even have to videotape yourself or watch some archival footage from a play you've done in order to see if these apply to you. Don't be surprised if some of them do. Number 1, the actor's shuffle. We've all seen the actor who just can't stand still and is constantly shuffling or shifting his weight back and forth. And all this does is scream, "Nervous actor here." So get grounded and find the power and confidence in standing still when there's no need to move. Number 2, the overused gesture. Whenever gestures, whether physical or vocal, are repeated over and over again, they lose their meaning and impact. So save that finger pointing and the shrugs for the times that you really want to say something with them. Number 3, the anchor. Actors and people are drawn to touching furniture, other people, and even themselves. They put their hands on tables, they lean against columns, they get close to other actors, all in an attempt to anchor, to stabilize and ground themselves. Even placing a single finger on top of a chair will help people feel safer. There's nothing inherently wrong with anchoring, but notice how often you do it, and strive to be confident enough to stand alone, unattached to anything but the floor, and just be there. Number 4, the uncomfortable stance. Many actors don't know what to do with themselves on stage. Similar to anchoring, they try to protect themselves by putting their hands in their pockets, crossing their arms, or clasping their hands together in front or behind their bodies, trying to ease the discomfort of being watched by others. Practice standing alone with your hands at your side, open and available to others, and again, find the confidence of just being there. Number 5, the sloppy stance. Actors who slouch, lean, and hunch over on stage probably don't even realize that's what they're doing, but it reads as someone who doesn't want to be there, doesn't care about the play, or doesn't fit in somehow with the rest of the ensemble. Acting is very physically demanding and requires a level of energy and focus that can't be accessed when you're slouching over. And while many people have a habit of leaning or head tilting, myself included, your character probably shouldn't. Someone who leans or tilts stands out like a sore thumb on stage. So get energized, stand up straight, and be present. Most of these lose-it habits can be greatly improved by learning about the neutral position and practicing it regularly, even if you're not on stage. All right, those are my move it or lose it notes. So for now, I'm Barbra French, and thanks for listening. Try to punctuate your exit just as you energize. Try to punctuate your exit just as you energized your entrance. Try to punctuate your exit just as you energized your exit.